Hello, this is Beta Ben for Pixel Spank, and today I've got something fairly exciting, so bear with me on this. You go into a bookshop, a larger one, let's say a Waterstones, or I was going to say Borders, but I think they closed down like 8 years ago. Go to the graphic novel section and you pick one up, and what you arrive at is a box with almost no identification marks on it. You know it's Watchmen, because obviously, but you don't know what's in the box. You have a look around and it doesn't tell you. You think this big label will say, but it doesn't say. And you don't know what's in it, so you pick it up, look at it and think, interesting, and you put it back down because you have no idea what it is. Then you do the same thing for The Killing Joke, because it's in a box and there's no content of the box. This bit of paper, again, doesn't tell you. Today you'll learn. I'll start with this Killing Joke one because it's slightly smaller, therefore less. I'm very gingerly doing this because I don't want to mark the box, as it's actually quite a nice display piece. That's fine, okay. We're in. So I haven't actually read The Killing Joke before. I feel like I've seen enough things where it's like, oh yes, it's based on The Killing Joke, or this episode was loosely based on The Killing Joke, that I have a rough idea of what's going on, but not exact. Okay, right, so this isn't actually a box, I know. Ah, it's a sleeve. I did not see that coming. It's really in there. Okay, oh, right, well that changes everything. The fact that it's oh. So it is just a sleeve of the book, okay. So it's just Joker taking a picture on both sides. Yeah, 30th anniversary edition. Wow. Not much of a comic book, I must say. It's a bit wordier than I was expecting, honestly. I think I've opened to some. Oh yeah, this is like the artist notes on the comic book. Well, I can't leaf through it, but my assumption is, looking at this, that the first 48% is the comic book itself, and then the remainder is like extra stuff about it. What does the bit of paper say? I love The Killing Joke. It's my favourite. It's the first comic I've ever loved. Tim Burton. Easily the greatest Joker story ever told. Batman The Killing Joke is also one of Alan Moore's finest works. If you've read it before, go back and read it again. You owe it to yourself. IGN. Tim Burton and IGN. Odd choices. Yeah, okay, right, let's just... So that was... I'm kind of annoyed at myself that I looked the box over and I never noticed that it was very clearly a sleeve. So I'll leave that over there. So now that I've learned that information, I can pick this up and actually note the same thing, that this is also clearly a sleeve, and I feel a fool. I feel like I was therefore either the only one who has ever picked these up in a bookshop and thought, what am I looking at here? Or no, I'm probably the only one who's made that foolish error. Watchmen is considered by many to be the finest achievement in sequential storytelling. Okay. I've never actually read Watchmen. I've seen the film. And I've played Watchmen The End Is Nigh, Part 1 and Part 2, which, if you've watched the film, it gives you a little bit of an explanation as to how Rorschach has a grappling hook gun, or grapple gun. Yep. Okay, right. It is a nice box. I really enjoy the fact that there is no writing of any kind on both sides. In fact, it's upside down, isn't it? Because it's 5 minutes to midnight. That's the whole thing. It's not like there's not too much nonsense going on. Okay. So this has actually surprised me. Obviously, it's hardback, but it's also it's got a paper cover to it. I think it's this way. I think that's the way it goes. There's no real up or down feeling to it, but yes, I opened it, I saw comedian, therefore that's the start. Let's take this off. Oh, and that's far nicer. It's way better without the sleeve. Whenever I have a hardback book, I always take the sleeve off because I hate having it with the sleeve on. Because I feel as you hold it, it always slides up a bit, and then the top of the sleeve gets frayed. And I feel the hardback is far sturdier than the paper sleeve, so I normally read it without. Also, if you're reading a kid's book in hardback, take the paper sleeve off and it looks way more adult. In this case, it looks like you're some weird kind of clock collector. But, well, with special thanks to Neil Gaiman, yeah. Look. What? And Watchmen at the back there. Be careful saying that, it sounds wrong actually. So yeah, it's Watchmen. Yes, this is a comic book. This is what I expected. What's quite nice is it's actually printed roughly to the size of this thing. I've had collector's editions. I've had one collector's edition, which is for the Avatar comic book, where the book was still roughly this size, but for some reason the comic book inside was like that big. It took up maybe half the paper space, and it was really annoying because it went right into the seam, and I was like, guys, if you didn't want to resize it, at least push it central. But no one could hear me because I screamed into the void. So yeah, I'm guessing it looks to me like the way they've done this one is there's after each, like, I don't know, chapter, book, whatever you want to call it, each numbered entry, that they then do a little, oh, here's a bit of this and that afterwards, a bit of information. Masked adventurers make the front page. Notes against impression of the hooded vigilante, and thus. I decided I should finally actually read Watchmen when the Watchmen TV series came out, and they're like, it's based on the book, not the film, so screw you. So I was like, fine, I'll read the book, finally. Probably one of the best comic books ever made, they say, but still. Yeah, so okay, so yeah, this is quite nice. It's very heavy. It would be quite hard to actually read in any situation other than your home. I ain't going to take this on a plane with me. My wrist is hurting just holding it like this, and I have immensely strong wrists. It's my defining feature in life. But it is nice. It's really nice, actually, to be honest. It's too nice. I feel like if this is the collector's edition, you don't really want to touch it. Even by opening it, I've made an error. Did I just mess up the cover a bit? Let's just pat that back down, put that away. Gently slide it in here. So when I've done DVD reviews, I've been annoyed when... So this is the right way up. So when you slide it out, it should be the right way. But in order to do that, you have to have the book this way. So this is the front of the box, this is the front of the book, and it slides in like this for it to come out correctly. But then you have this edge of the book on the outside of the box, which I feel means they should mirror the box in some way, and therefore when you slide it out, it looks better. But this is a level of perfectionism that can only apply to people who have large collections of these things and spend more time organising them than anything else. I'm just gonna put this. This won't go back in. I've ruined it. It's broken. How is this not? Come on. Work for me. So yeah, there you have it. Absolute Watchmen and Absolute Batman. I'm gonna guess there might well be a series of these things in an absolute range, like a library edition sort of thing. In no way am I actually reviewing the contents of them because I haven't read either of them, because I just opened them, obviously. Who would buy these without having read them? Wow. Okay, I've just looked at the prices. So the Batman one, $50, $50 suggested, which it does seem quite high to me, but it's quite a nice thing. So I don't know if this is true, but in England that suggested price would be the absolute maximum you'd paid. You could often get it for cheaper than that, so The exchange rate, dollars to English pounds, normally works out at 1-to-1 for some insane reason. So if this was 50 quid, it's a lot, but it's not too bad. The Watchmen one, $99, 130 Canadian, which that seems too much, honestly. Having not read it, it already seems too much. It's nice, but at the end of the day, it's still a book very much, and quite an old book realistically. And it's got 48 pages of additional material. But it's tricky. I mean, you've got to really like it to pay that much for it, haven't you? I have no concept of money, so that's really down to you, isn't it? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.